Our youth group would allow students to preach for youth group from time to time. Well, it went well until this week. When the student got on stage to preach, he completely ditched his notes. He literally began singling out people and couples who were both students and leaders who had not done relationships, quote, the right way. Effectively roasting them from the stage. The crescendo moment was when he called a high school couple out by name who had sex outside of marriage, and they were currently pregnant with their first child. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Youth Group Chronicles. In the studio tonight, Pastor Micah Costa and Pastor Jacob Pepe. Welcome back to the show, you guys. Welcome to Youth Group Chronicles, where my guests come on the show to blind react to true stories from youth ministry that they have never heard before. You guys have never heard any of these stories.
Never, man.
You can
never
be our witness here. I'm the only one, so I read them, proofread them, and then they blind react. So these are 100% blind reactions to crazy youth ministry stories.
I honestly don't think I've even heard a story before.
No, what's
that? A story or the
story?
What's the story?
Any story.
Well, here, you're about to hear one. This is a story from Chris. Chris said,
Hey, Chris.
I had to stop for gas on our way home from youth group with a van full of students. And while I was paying, another van with loud music and windows down drove up and parked right next to ours. Out from this van came a drunk guy shouting about something.
Oh, God.
Then before I could react, he got in the driver's seat of our van. But I realized I had left the keys in it, thinking it would be totally safe when I was in the gas station.
Oh, crap.
So within a few seconds, he had started up the van and was doing loops around the gas station with all our youth group kids in the back.
No.
He's doing it.
He's like, y'all ready, kids?
Y'all ready for this?
Buckle up. Uncle Willie's going to take you on a ride.
I literally had to run out of the gas station screaming for this guy to stop.
That's insane, dude. I'm shooting somebody.
So illegal. Like, you're going to jail. That's kidnapping.
Yeah, that's kidnapping.
He drove away with a van full of kids.
I bet you some of those kids, they gave their life to Jesus that day.
Right then.
Right then.
So
Right then.
I'm so sorry.
I can't go out this way.
Lord, don't let me go like this.
You all ready, kids? Yeah, you're right, Tucker. Guys, say hello to our Instagram live audience. If you are not familiar with that, basically, we go live on Instagram. It's a pretty cool app where you can come follow Youth Group Chronicles. Right. If you guys are not on social media, are you ready, kids?
Right.
What's that shot, right?
Yeah. Just follow us. That's all you have to do. If you're not on Instagram, just come follow us. This is a story from Christopher. Christopher said, our youth group would allow students to preach for youth group from time to time.
It's a bad idea.
It really is.
Well, it went well until this week. Prior to allowing the students to preach, the youth pastor would meet with them, read their notes, and then do his due diligence to make sure that it was going to be a good experience. Right. Like always, he verified everything was on track with this student. But what the youth pastor didn't know is this student's long-term girlfriend had just broken up with him a few days prior. So when the student got on stage to preach, he completely ditched his notes and started a tirade against his now ex-girlfriend who was in the crowd.
Yep.
Immediately, the youth pastor signaled from the back, basically jumping up and down and waving to stop. And it seemed for a brief moment that the student was going to go back to his planned notes, so the youth pastor allowed him to continue. But instead of moving on as he appeared to do, he launched into another tirade about relationships in general. He literally began singling out people and couples who were both students and leaders who had not done relationships, quote, the right way. Effectively roasting them from the stage. The crescendo moment was when he called a high school couple out by name who had sex outside of marriage, and they were currently pregnant with their first child.
Nah, bro said I'm going down. You're all going down with me.
he said, Angelita stinks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's where it ends? Okay.
That was it.
He said, that's all I got.
Literally, he just called them all out.
First of all listen.
He basically said he used that as a hardcore example of what not to do.
Yo, kudos to that kid, though, for having the cojones to get up there, man. All right. Second of all, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I say this shamefully. All right, I would probably have done that.
You
in high
100%.
school. All right. Anyways,
I'm so glad you were
as
in a
a youth,
relationship then.
as now a youth pastor. You're not gonna stop a kid going, "Oh, stop reading."
Come
No,
on,
run up,
come
get that
on.
freaking mic,
Mute the mic.
beat the child, throw him out of youth group.
Tucker said Bruss switched up real fast. Yeah, he did.
He gets anti-relationship. That's cool.
I bet you every one of those relationships got out. They were like, what if they had an altar call after that?
Imagine he led
That's
the
where it
altar call.
stopped.
You want to get sick? Come
You
on,
come in right now.
Josh said, "If bro said if I can't have love, no one can."
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Amen.
Just flaming them all is insane to me. That is
I literally
bold,
would have
man.
done that.
That is
I
really
would've done
bold.
that. Like, yeah, Pastor. I
If
gotta
someone hurted
me like
hurted
that?
you, someone hurting you like that. If someone hurt, sorry, we spent a lot of time in Texas. If someone hurt you like that in high school,
hurted it.
100%, you would flame.
I feel like you would have been the one to do that, though. I
And
agree.
you know how I would have done it? I'd be like, yo, Pastor, God really just put this word in my heart, man. And then I'd be like, Ashley, talking to you.
You broke my heart.
Start saying Rod Wave.
This is from Hillary. Hillary said,
Chilling.
"Our youth group,
Clinton's here.
Cedar
What'd you
Rapids.
say?
So just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
our youth group sells fireworks every year for a 4th of July fundraiser, and we always have dudes stay the night in a tent with these fireworks to watch over them.
We did that.
so they don't get stolen.
We literally did that.
One year, we had a few of our senior boys stay all 4 nights in the tent. So the boys brought a TV and their Xbox.
We did that. Back
This
in my
might be about
This
you.
might
then.
be Micah.
This might be. Someone's Italy Clinton.
So the boys brought a TV and their Xbox and connected it to a mobile hotspot to play video games all night. Problem was, in past years, the youth pastor had set up the hotspot from his own mobile phone. This year, we had a new youth pastor who wasn't staying the night with the boys and didn't realize that the hotspot had not been from the iPad that we used to run credit cards for the fireworks sales. Fast forward about a week later, and we get a multi-$1,000 bill from the fireworks company for the data usage to run the mobile hotspot all night, 4 nights in a row.
Oh,
They got
yeah.
so many battle royale wins there.
Yeah, they did. Nah, they were probably losing. That's why.
They lost.
Another one, bro. Run it back. Queue up,
we
bro.
paid $3,000 to lose every game.
That's... Oh, dude.
we did the
that's
same
literally
thing.
what we
Did you guys get in trouble doing something? Though?
No.
No, we did the exact same thing. The only thing crazy was I was driving home at like 6 a.m. and I fell asleep at a stoplight. I've never fallen asleep while driving. I fell
I've fallen
straight
asleep one
asleep.
time, and it was very scary.
It is scary. I woke up and was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So when I fell asleep, I was probably 2 miles from home. It was probably like 1 a.m. I was driving. So I fell asleep. And because I fell asleep, my leg like just lost its muscle. So I hit the gas, which threw my head back to hit the headrest and like jolted me out of my sleep. I was
Oh my God.
and last time I ever fell asleep because that was really scary.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never done that.
No? Have you come close?
So my now wife, we used to be dating. LOL, obviously. I don't know why the frick I just said that.
You're kidding.
When we were dating, I had to drive 6 hours to see her. And then, I remember one night I was like coming home because I would leave at Friday at 4 a.m, get there at 10 on a Friday, and then
You
I'd
had
leave.
to cross international borders. for
Yeah. And then I would leave on Saturday. So Friday I'd get there at 1 in the afternoon. Leave Friday around like 2, 3. So I'd get to like Ithaca, which is like 30, 40 minutes from here, at like 10, right? And I remember once my eyes were just like and like I was like teleporting through the road, and I was like, I can't do this. Windows down, I had metal.
Yeah, windows down has to be-
blasting, dude.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was like teleporting like a movie. I don't know how I got home safe. It was crazy.
That was almost the end.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, you would think that windows down, music blaring would help, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. I found the only thing that like actually helps is like chewing something.
Even
Yeah,
that.
I was
mean,
chewing that too,
That-
brother.
No, all 3 and
I'm
it still wasn't
downing
working.
packs of gum in the car every time.
This is a story from Mason. Mason said, for a youth group game, we had teams drink from a 5-gallon bucket filled with a concoction of red drinks using big straws. For a tiebreaker, a student and a leader were asked to compete for 1 minute to see who could drink more of the remaining concoction. No one else volunteered, so I naturally got up to take one for the team. Keep in mind, this was after I'd already drank a whole bunch during the original game. I ended up winning, so during our celebration, I got shoved into the middle of a bunch of students who were pushing me back and forth.
God.
Then I lost it and absolutely covered them in almost a gallon of red drink vomit that had previously been sloshing around in my stomach.
Crazy. No. Yeah, like a movie.
Red 40, man. I thought they was gonna pee on them
What?
because he
Your
drank so
first-
much. Like he just like
he's
when he
gonna
said I
pee on
lost
him.
it, he just goes everywhere
Hey, how was his pants down?
down the
What's
leg.
going
man.
through your head?
Down
dude?
the leg, brother.
He said,
Down the legs.
Yeah, he said a gallon. A gallon.
Gallon?
Is
Are
insane.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
How did he not
Lawrence
die?
says classic
measured it?
red dye 40. Yeah, you're right.
He
Lawrence.
measured that stuff, dude.
He was like,
He's like,
So
okay.
how much to get on you? Okay.
Josh said, bro said, I plead the blood of Jesus.
that's insane.
Cover me from head to toe.
He covered me.
Wash me clean, Lord.
This is a story from Andrew. Andrew said, at youth group, we had a volunteer who was helping with security. He was doing a sweep behind the venue where teenagers often tried to sneak out to. In the distance, he saw two shadowy figures. It was dark, and he couldn't make out exactly who it was, but he assumed that it was one of our teenagers. He yelled, come on, guys, let's head back in. But what he didn't know is these were not teenagers. And instead of following him back, they threw a bottle at him, which he narrowly dodged. As he turned to see who had thrown it, he was shocked to find out that these guys had followed their throw with a sprint and proceeded to stab him with a screwdriver.
It was a student. No, I was kidding.
It was In a panic, he was able to
he's got a
shake the two
screwdriver.
guys off and then sprint to the doors of our venue, which are full glass, but the doors were locked. So covered in blood, he started slamming on the doors, yelling for help before the guys came back. Thankfully, someone saw him just in time and was able to let him in before anything else happened.
Oh my god! And he was volunteering too.
This guy was
Attempted
so
murder.
sad.
Yeah, volunteering.
Volunteering, you got attempted murder. You imagine that bottle you dodge, look up, and there's just two dudes running at you with a screwdriver.
The thing is, like, being the guys on the inside, just like chilling out, like handing out cards.
Yeah, you see like bloody hand like hitting the glass. Yeah. But that's like nightmare because it's like you're getting about to get
Yeah.
killed and the doors are locked.
Yeah.
No.
They're like, oh, I wonder where Chris is. He's just like, I haven't heard from him in a while. Huh?
Movie scene's crazy.
He was like a previous youth kid volunteering. He
Well,
gets stabbed.
Yo, yeah.
Why they got a screwdriver though?
I
Just
don't
out
know.
in the woods.
Probably picked it up.
What are they making?
Yeah, they had sharpened it, so it was like ready to go.
You guys find screwdrivers?
I guess
in the road?
my guess is they were probably in a sketchy part of town. Youth group was in a sketchy part of town. He was out doing sweeps. Backfired.
He got swept.
He
He got what?
Swept.
He got taken out.
He got taken over.
He almost didn't make it.
Security.
This is a story from. This one actually needs to stay anonymous. The anonymous ones are always pretty good.
Yeah, that's why they're anonymous.
Anonymous. I don't think I can say that word.
Anonymous.
This is,
Anonymous.
let's see. The church I grew up at believed that you should dress your best for church. Except the youth group students started getting relaxed on this, and they often wore flip-flops to church. This bothered our senior pastor. And one day, he walked into youth group and started preaching about these shoes. The problem was that he was from a different era and called them thongs. He said, if you're wearing thongs, I want you to stand up. No one stood.
Oh no.
This made him a little upset, so he raised his voice more, and finally, a few girls from the crowd stood up.
Oh no.
Except not one of these girls was wearing flip-flops. It wasn't until after service was over that the senior pastor learned what a thong was.
How do you not know what a thong is? Come on.
Dude, look.
Come on.
Listen, when you go to a Baptist school, that's the truth.
I bet Sam didn't know what a thong was till he got
Oh,
married.
100%. He didn't even go to school.
He didn't go to school. He's like, what? How does that work?
He's like, yeah, they all got thongs on.
He got thongs on. He's asking his wife, does she think she has a thong too?
Weston said he's now the associate pastor.
Yeah.
He got demoted.
Yeah.
Someone said pastor must have been homeschooled. Absolutely.
There's a chance. Dude.
We're gonna need
No, but I have heard of flip-flops being called thongs before.
Yeah, me too.
100%.
Yeah. I've never never called them that. but-
Screaming.
That's an Australian thing.
Are you trying to join the live again?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you in.
Thanks, man.
You gotta mute yourself though.
Love you, man. I will, man.
Someone said I want to see, or you want to see.
I'm going to prove it to you.
You guys are crazy in these comments. This is a story from Sean. Sean said, at a youth group retreat, two students had this game where they would tie the other one up to a tree or a fence and see how long it took for them to get untied. One of them decided to up the stakes and have multiple people tie him to a tree to see if he could get out. While he was trying to escape, another student who had been taking martial arts, for some reason, decided to test his moves and hit him square in the sternum, causing him to pass out while tied to this tree.
Oh, my. It worked.
Watch this.
Everyone panicked.
I'm cool.
Everyone panicked, untied him from the tree, and had one of the bigger guys carry him unconscious to the dorm area. The kid thankfully woke up while this guy was carrying him, but while he was being carried, the guy accidentally smacked this student's head against the door frame, knocking him out again.
Nah, that's crazy. That's something I would do. Wow, dude.
Oh,
Sorry. It's like,
oh, dude, I'm so sorry, dude.
there's like a crushed ribcage and
red.
a concussion.
His face is red. He comes home, his parents are just like,
He's like, guys, watch this. Whoa.
you want to see how cool this is?
It worked.
Someone said the tree of lifelessness.
Oh my God.
He said, yes, sensei. Yes, sensei.
Yes, sensei.
Yes,
Never
sensei.
back down, never what? Never what?
Yes, sensei.
Like, what gives you that idea? That's what I want to know. What friend does that?
Punch you in the sternum?
You get youth kids like
I have a
out
friend
in
like
the
that.
woods and they start
Doing
losing
stupid
it.
things.
They
Yeah.
do stupid things.
That's fair.
About
Someone
the
said,
woods.
it is kind of
About
funny,
the
though. Just
woods.
imagine seeing that happen. Yeah. You're just standing behind this kid, like, karate chops him right in the chest.
Yeah, it's just like,
Like, tie me up, dude.
he's like, he probably be like, freaking snoring.
No, the worst part, though, is they're trying to save him, and they knock him out again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the door frame is hilarious to me.
Cracked
Like that-
ribcage and a concussion.
The video of that kid that runs and like hits his head on the.
That's insane.
This is a story from Dylan. Dylan said, during prayer time at our youth group Bible study, we finally got to the last student. She was one of the quiet kids who really never got involved and kept to herself. She then went on to ask if she could pray because she's been having a hard time living with her grandparents. She told us that she was adopted by her grandparents because when she was younger, there was a house fire that destroyed everything her family owned. And unfortunately, her parents died in the fire trying to save the kids and the pets.
Oh my goodness.
And while she was telling everyone the story, she starts crying in front of the youth group, full tears, sobbing, and then causes all the other kids to start crying themselves. After she finished telling us why she's been struggling, not getting along with her grandparents after all this, she immediately stops crying, completely turning off the tears and says, just kidding.
That's great. Get her out of there. Cast the demon out. I don't know. What is that? What?
She's like,
Right?
She's like, I see dead people.
Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then you're like, the tears?
Yeah, because all the
That's
kids are
next
probably
level.
crying
That's-
because they're
Yeah,
sad. or
they
they've
were.
had
They were
something
like
that.
moved by it.
That's sociopath
Yeah.
level stuff.
It's the
Like-
quiet kid
Always
characteristics.
is.
It's they're probably
Always
like
is.
all at each other, like, oh man, it's gonna be okay.
Oh, my parents
all the girls like like link hands.
He said,
And then
he
just
said we
joking.
didn't gather for a couple weeks after that.
Yeah, I would have kicked her out for sure.
She's gone, dude.
Someone said, bro, really watch this plot twist. Yeah.
We really got like a whole like scary movie
Yeah.
going on here. It's just one church. All these things are happening. At.
Yeah. It's just a prank, bro. The prank.
Yeah, your band. Have a good night. Guys, if you have stories you want to send into the show, stories at YGC Podcast is where you can send them into us for your chance to make it on Youth Group Chronicles. This is a story from Norberto, I think is how you pronounce it. Our church had a cookout with all the youth kids and young adults. Everything was going well until some of the youth boys spotted a wasp nest in the corner of the roof of our church. For whatever reason, they decided it would be a great idea to kick a soccer ball to see who could hit it.
That's awesome.
No one at the cookout noticed this until the guys hit the nest and part of it fell onto one of the tables. So out of nowhere, a ton of angry wasps start swarming and stinging everyone at the cookout.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's horrible.
I mean, what else would have happened? You know,
Like, what was the end goal here? That's my question.
dude, great kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they clarified that the kid was like, I didn't think I was gonna hit it.
Yeah,
Why are you trying?
They were like,
trying.
see that wasp nest? We should kick
We
that.
should do that.
That's a good idea.
That's a good. Honestly, that's a great story.
good. I have a story of a bees. Actually, very recently, one of my interns. They were on a walk, and it was like dark. It was like getting dark, and they were on the railroad tracks. And I guess one of them stepped on like a ground bee's nest.
those are the worst.
And one of the girls started dipping and like left this other girl, and then my other intern, the guy, like was like, oh my god. You're getting stung. They're in your hair. They're in your hair. And she had like 46 bee stings
That's
on
insane.
her. It was so
Terrible.
And no one else got stung?
No one else got stung, dude. And she like ripped off her weave, and they kept stinging the weave, and so,
oh
so she
my
was
gosh.
just gone.
Did they stop stinging after that? Because I've heard similar stories.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they're attracted
What's up with
to
the weave?
So like the hair is like something in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like the what is it, a chemical or whatever is
Yeah, something like that.
That's
yeah,
insane.
we went and see her in the hospital, and I felt so bad for her. It was hilarious, though.
I have
It was
I have
so
a full
funny.
video of Pastor Micah going behind like a wall and like shuffling, and like another grown man just also shuffling, and there's
Yeah.
one bee.
We don't play.
Let's go with
I don't play about bees. man.
There's like three
Or
men
wasps.
running out of the room.
Are you allergic?
No,
No, he's just afraid.
I got stung one time in the
He's
car.
just scared. It's okay.
Yeah, on my chin.
On your chinny chin.
My
chin.
dad's window was open literally
Oh.
like 3-4 inches. I see this black thing flying, bam, hit my chin. I was like, what the heck's that? Like, wiped it off. I was like, ow, it hurts. Ow, it hurts. So I like scooted over, and then I see this wasp climbing up the window with like venom coming out of its stinger, and I was like, I just got so bad.
That was the last time ever?
Yeah, my chin was huge, but I was like,
Bro, I think
13.
I've been stung like every summer of my life.
yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But I don't
Okay,
go
maybe not
outside like
recently.
that.
I don't
go
get
in the
I don't get
woods.
stung.
I've gotten stung a lot
They
of
don't
times.
I
sting
go
me.
in the woods, man.
I
The
like-
woods and me
I forgot you don't like the woods.
Yeah, there's no reason.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons,
No.
but
Did you
There's
say
not.
you wanted to track me in the woods once?
Okay, that's the difference.
this dude, I walk over to his room, and he goes, "I want to track you.
I wanna track you in the
I want
woods."
to track you through the woods."
so creepy.
Like he's gonna hunt me. I was like,
I was gonna hunt him.
well, the thing is, like, I love the woods and I love hiking, but he's never hiked a day in his life. I told him I'd be like Green Beret in the trees.
I'm like-
I'd pounce on him.
He's been a Pepe close.
There's like a candy trail. Like,
I smell him.
All right, this is a story from Brent. Brent said, on a mission trip, our youth group didn't get back from an event until close to 1 a.m. We arrived at our host church, and I instructed the students to go straight to sleep. I went to my room and laid down, but a few minutes later, a student calls me and whispers, "Hey, I think the cops are here."
Oh,
I asked the student why he thinks the cops are here, to which he responds that he heard shouting and dogs barking. I immediately jump out of bed and go running through the church to round a corner to be met by 15 armed police officers and 3 trained dogs shouting for me to get on the ground. I was immediately detained, and I was informed that we had set off the silent alarm at this host church that they forgot to tell us about. But the worst part was, in order for the SWAT team to leave, they had to go into every room that we were staying in. I had to walk 3 men with assault rifles into each room, guys and girls, turn on the lights, and inform my students to remain in their beds and not move.
yo, that's hilarious. I'd be so scared as a kid. I feel like my mom sent them to me to like scare me.
She probably would.
Yeah, she literally would. Those who know my mom,
they're up to something. Call the cops.
go scare him. Go scare him. He's vaping again.
He's vaping again.
Go get his vape.
Micah's like, I didn't vape. They come
no,
in.
it was like smoking on
I wasn't
no.
vaping. I wasn't vaping. I promise.
No.
Joshua said, I was asked to preach at a church about an hour away from my house. So I drove up with a volunteer to check out the church and meet the staff a week before I was supposed to preach. Well, when I got into the parking lot, I started to have an upset stomach and diarrhea.
Ooh.
I ran to the church, but the staff were running late and it was locked. So I frantically ran to all the businesses and houses nearby to use the bathroom, but it was too late. I had completely pooped my pants. I was trying to be discreet in front of this volunteer who I had brought with me, and they were waiting in the car. So I called a friend of mine to bring some clothes for me. But as I was talking on the phone, the Bluetooth connected to my car speaker without me knowing, and the volunteer heard everything.
That's so tough, bro. That's so
They never saw them with respect again.
No.
They're like,
man
don't
pooped
tell me
his-
what to do, man.
I want to
You
know
got
how
poop
far
in
in the
your pants.
conversation they made it before they realized, like, hey man, like I just crapped my pants. Like,
Hey man, there's poop going down my leg. Can you bring me some?
I got someone in the
the
car.
worst.
I cannot let them know.
Yeah, he's like, there's poop going down your jeans. He's like, yeah, man. I don't want to tell my boy, but that's hilarious.
Guys, if you have stories you want to send into the show, stories@ygcpodcast.com is where you can send them in. A couple more stories here before we wrap this episode up. This is from Michael. Michael said, on a mission trip to Mexico, one of the students wasn't feeling well. So one of his very kind roommates went to the pharmacy to get some medicine and brought back melatonin for the kid to help him sleep. The sick student gladly took some, only to wake up in the middle of the night feeling very excited from what was actually Viagra.
He was super excited. Dude was ready to go.
How do you mix that up, bro? How do you mix that up?
Why is her back?
Why do you have Viagra on you? Was that a camp?
Keep that on me, dude.
No, they're on a mission trip in Mexico.
Why do you have Viagra on a
Hey, man.
mission trip in Mexico?
He went to a pharmacy. I'm wondering, was it the pharmacist that pranked like this American kid, or was it the kid just trying to prank his friend?
Maybe he switched it up.
Or there's something going on. You know,
Lost in
we don't
translation.
assume the worst. You know,
No,
Lost
I'm
in
assuming the
translation.
worst.
No,
Quite literally
you
assuming
don't
the
need
worst.
Viagra on the mission trip.
You
No,
don't.
the
Unless you
kid,
have your
made,
wife
the
there.
kid legit made a special trip to the pharmacy for this.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was a pharmacist.
I think
Like
so.
saw a kid walk in and was like, "Oh yeah, I got something for you."
They're there to bring the gospel, not bring a child. You know, it's just,
That's insane. That is insane.
I don't want to do that.
All right, one more. One more.
They
One more
smuggle
story.
something else in instead of Bibles.
This is from Matthew. He said, "We were playing a night game at Youth Group similar to Capture the Flag. I was sitting off to the side when I heard a tree branch snap. It was so loud that most of the students stopped and went quiet. Except the quiet was broken by a blood-curdling scream. As it turned out, my small group leader had slide tackled a 6th grader, snapping her leg."
Great form.
Why are we slide tackling kids?
That's a great question.
Oh my god. Again, I said this in so many other podcasts, bro. Vet these freaking volunteers, bro.
Volunteer's crazy.
Oh my god. Why would you slide tackle a six?
Well, they said it was
Grader
dark,
girl.
so maybe he didn't know what was happening.
You
But
don't
why you
know
slide
what you're
tackling anybody in the game?
slide
Why are you slide
tackling into
tackling
a
anybody?
child?
He's like, get away
my
from me.
God. Yeah.
The
You were
snap
walking
is
too
crazy,
slow.
though. The snap, is, you know it was
Yeah.
bad.
If everyone heard it,
Snap their leg? Nah.
I wonder if it was upper or lower. How would they get out of the woods? I don't know. It's a great
probably
question.
had to carry
We need to
her
stop
out.
going to the woods. I think we need to make a petition. Not
I
go
will
to the
never bring
woods.
my youth kids to the woods. I never have, and I never will.
Don't.
I am surprised that you are not like a woods, because aren't you like kind of outdoorsy or no?
Yeah, I like hunting.
Don't you hunt in the woods?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna camp out in the woods.
That's so odd.
He doesn't camp.
That is so odd to me.
He's not outdoorsy.
I'm outdoorsy. I'm outdoorsy for like
Like activities.
yeah, like dirt bikes,
Yeah, 100%
like
activities.
motorcycles.
But he has to go home
cars.
to like.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I
I don't
get
want to
that.
camp.
All right, guys, we
I
will
think
wrap
they're called
up
the missions,
this
honestly.
episode right here. I appreciate everybody listening to the show. Pastor Micah and Pastor Jacob, thank you
Yeard.
so much. Guys, if you want to send in stories, you know where to send them, stories at ygcpodcast.com. Check out our website. We have merch there. You can submit stories there. You can book us to come on the road. And actually, brand new to Youth Group Chronicles, we are offering what we call personalized videos, which means that you can purchase one and then select which personality or which cast member from the show you want to basically record a custom video for you. They'll say, you know, like give you a shout out. You can use it for pastor appreciation, whatever you want. So yeah, it's basically Cameo. You can purchase this right on our website. So
That's awesome.
anyway, guys, go check that out. ygcpodcast.com. And thank you guys for joining me. And thank you for listening to the show.